You're live. All right, this is a new mechanism that YouTube has forced everybody to change to. So let me know if you can hear me. And I think this is a live stream now. We're going to work on Ryan's phone here in a second. So let me check in and see if I can figure out where chat is now. See some yeses, picture. Can you hear me? Hope so. All right, so today is New Year's Day. It's 2020. Oh my goodness. And today I had an article published. Look at this. Check this out. I wrote an article. So we got to get off of this for NBCnews.com on the Think Opinion page. So this was really fun. It kind of tells about what happened these last couple of months when I made everybody in my family on Tuesdays go totally screen-free. No phones, no laptops, no computers, no TV, no nothing. Old school. And it sucked, but it was also incredible. So I wrote a little article about it. So go check that out. And now I'm back at work for a day here, and we are going to turn our attention to the next case. The next case that's up here. This is Ryan's phone, and Ryan, oh no, did I lose my glasses? Oh no, oh here, shoo. Ryan's having a new baby. Well, Ryan's wife, so we gotta help him out. It looks like Ryan's had the runaround. So let's see if we can start with the note here, which says, as soon as we updated my wife's iPhone 6S to iOS 12.4, which may be the current one for 6S, it immediately drained faster than ever, and it shut off, dead as a hammer. We took the phone to a certified Apple repair store. So here's what I'm going to do for 2020. Instead of saying certified Apple or Apple authorized, I'm going to say Apple controlled. So we went to Apple controlled repair store, Best Buy, and they said that they can't replace the phone's battery because it had zero power, which that's crazy. So they're not allowed to change your battery if the phone doesn't turn on. So we tried to get multiple chargers to work, and absolutely nothing. So my wife went and plugged the car into the car charger, and it turned on. Hooray! She took it right back into Best Buy and said that since it's already in their system as a dead phone, there's nothing they could do. So to get this straight, they drove to Best Buy, Apple-controlled repair, and they said, we want a new battery. And Best Buy said, no can do, buckaroo, because that phone doesn't turn on, so you can't have a new battery. So they went out in the car and jangled that charger around until they got that phone to turn on. Then he ran back in and said, okay, it turned on. Can we have a new battery? No can do. You're already in the system as a dead phone. That's crazy. So there's nothing they could do. So we took the phone to the phone repair place, and they replaced this cracked screen and the battery. And it didn't die as quickly, but it was still discharging rather rapidly. The phone was left unconnected overnight, and it died with a new battery. So we took it back, and they said that the phone killed the battery. The phone killed the battery. Now, when I hear this, when you have a rapid discharge with no water damage, presumably, and the history is if you put a new battery in it, it'll turn on, but it will quickly discharge, and then as soon as it gets stone dead, can't charge a stone dead battery, that's a Tristar failure, right? So that's sort of number one on the differential diagnosis from the physicians, right? So they said the phone killed the new battery, so they replaced it again, which means that, the phone didn't really kill the battery. It just means Tristar fails in a way where it can't charge a stone dead battery. So since then, we had it plugged in constantly, so it won't die, because can't start they got a Tristar problem, right? Not all the chargers we have charge the phone, only certain chargers, even though all the chargers charge my phone. This phone can only charge on special charges. Another Tristar symptom. The phone can only understand certain chargers. That's often a Tristar. So in a last-ditch effort, contacted Apple support and explained everything above. And they ran a diagnostic. They ran a diagnostic remotely. So they ran a diagnostic. What does that mean? And they told me everything is fine, and you got a hardware problem. They reassured us that Apple will help us. So Ryan made an appointment he's already been to Best Buy, he's already been to another place, and now they gave us a consult with the Apple Store, knowing that we had an aftermarket battery installed. Since they went to Apple controlled repair and they got turned down, and we needed to get the photos off of it and whatnot. And they needed that. So we drove over an hour in traffic with 3 children. Now that's a nightmare. I had to one time take 4 children to traffic court over a ridiculous ticket that sounds a lot like this story, of which the judge said, "I am so sorry, ma'am, that you had to come in here. That's ridiculous. Go away." That's miserable. And a pregnant wife went to the Apple Store. Pregnant wife does not want to go to the Apple Store. I'll tell you that for sure. We had 2 hours for them to do what I knew that they would do. Let's see, page 2. They're going to do what he knew that they were going to do. Apple controlled repair, round 2 at the Apple Store. They gave us the runaround, saying that the Apple tech folks over the phone, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing, and we shouldn't have had an aftermarket battery in it. Now, remember, they didn't have any choice. They already went and asked for a battery from Best Buy, and they got told no. So they didn't have any choice. It was like, you should have thrown that phone away when it quit working. So finally, they said they can replace the battery. You really should buy a new phone. It's the 6S. It's outdated, blah, blah, blah. Nothing but the runaround. Nonetheless, we endured until I found your YouTube channel. I believe we used a non-authorized charging cable. I believe you're right, and I believe that it damaged your phone. That it got off of Amazon, and while connected during the update, it fried the chip on the board. I think you're absolutely right. So whoever told you that was probably had the best idea what's going on. We don't want a new device. We just want it fixed. My iPhone 6S does exactly what we need, and we know that you can fix it. We know you can fix the issue on my wife's 6S. Nobody around's gonna go beyond a battery replacement, although we just had it replaced. And then, how long my wife is due at the beginning of January and needs her phone. All right, let's see if we can help out Ryan. So here's the thing. The thing about this story that made me want to do a video on it is that old Ryan is getting a whole lot of real frustration. The last thing he needs when he's got 3 kids and a pregnant wife around the holidays is to be having to go to all these stores. This is insane. And this isn't just Apple. This is Apple, and this is Best Buy Apple controlled, and it's the independent repair place that he already went. All of these people needed this tool, and they didn't have it. And that's why I want to do this video. I'm going to show you what happens if you use this tool. This tool is ridiculous for the Apple Store to not have. That's ridiculous. Best Buy, get these. These are great little tools because they can save so much time. So let's say that Ryan just walked in here and with his complaint, I don't know if he's got water damage. I don't know if he needs a battery or not, but I do know that the first thing I'm going to do is plug in this guy and see what it says. So let's do that. This is the Tristar tester. You can get a Tristar tester at store.ipadrehab.com. And if you work for Apple controlled repair, you will get $10 off. Just let me know. Because Apple, you really need to have these things. I mean, it's a shame that you didn't design it yourself, that you had to have Jan Peterman from Germany develop this for you. But nevertheless, you can still buy it. We're happy for you to get the right tool for the job. Tristar tester. So let's see what happens. So this is Ryan's phone. And let's just plug it in. Now what this thing does is it has a battery. And you can see right now it's got the little exclamation symbol. Already means there is a short to ground within Tristar. So case closed, we're done. But we're going to hit test anyway and let it measure the lines. So it's checking to make sure it has a connection from outside to the Tristar chip. Now Tristar is the USB communication chip. And it says fail. and we can click for more details. And I'm sorry that it kind of has the little waviness. There's no way for me to fix that as far as I can tell. But each one of these lines here, let's see, can we get a little bit closer and focus? It says line number 1, fail, 2, fail, 3. These are the individual little metal pieces there at the dock connector, the charge port. They connect with your charging cable. All right, so this guy, those little tiny pieces of conductive metal right there connect to your charge port, and then they go through the logic board of the phone and they land at a chip that's called Tristar. And Tristar's job is to fire up the protection board in here and fire up the communication chip and say, hey, who are you? And then the charger needs to say, it's me, buddy. It's an Apple certified legit charger ready to deliver clean filtered 5 volts straight to you. Now, what happens if the charger that you're using at some point in time is not a certified charger that actually has the protection chip and actually has all of the safety features that are expected in like a UL listed piece of electronics? If you get the janky one that says UYO1 in there and just has a couple of random chips, I think what happens is that it's really easy for the charger voltage, that 5 volt push, to get crossed and sent into one of the data lines that then burns the Tristar chip. So that Tristar can't have that conversation and identify the charger, and then it can't effectively charge. And I think in this case, it may even be short to ground within that chip, which is going to cause a rapid battery drain and make it really impossible to use this phone. So that's what I think is going on. And how long, let's review. How long does it take to say, you think you've got a battery problem? Well, let's see what Tristar tester has to say about that. Plug in, the phone doesn't have to turn on. It doesn't even have to have a battery connected. You're just plugging in charge port to logic board on the outside of the phone and clicking quick test. Click it, quick test, 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 test. Thinking. It's sending a pulse to each one of those lines, and it's getting back a giant fail. Oops, I hit exit. Now let's do that test again. Look at that. That's super fast. You can see it's crystal clear. If it says fail, then Tristar is messed up. There's no need to wait for 2 hours or any of that stuff. Let's hit more this time. There. It's failed. And not just a questionable maybe one line I can't hear. All of the lines are not reporting back what the device expects. This is a fantastic, easy little tool that everybody should have if you are working, obviously, in independent repair, but beyond that, you should have one of these if you work at Best Buy or if you work at any kind of Apple-controlled repair. Apple, I'm talking to you. Store.iPadrehab.com. Apple, I'll give you $10 off. Just let me know. Hey, this is Apple, and we agree. We want the best for the customers. All right, so that's just egregious. You know, it just drives me crazy in this story that poor Ryan had, for one of a 10-second diagnosis, had to take his kids all over hell and tarnation and had to drive an hour and go to multiple different stores just because nobody had that tool. That's crazy. All right, so let's see if we can actually fix this thing, right? So here is Ryan's logic board, and Tristar is an electrical failure, so it's not going to look like anything. But let's go ahead and get under the microscope and change this sucker. So let's take us to microscope view. What's that on my table? What is that? Piece of a sticker. All right, let's do that. And let's check in. Nice tester. I totally had a success with Tristar issues. Will you repair this one? Well, yeah, we're going to repair it right now because Ryan needs to get to the hospital. Ryan does not have time to dilly-dally around going all over Georgia. So, yeah, this is live. If you are watching this after New Year's Day, then this is now becomes a recorded video. But initially, right now, as we sit here, it is in fact live. I don't like this setup on YouTube because I can't see chat at the same time. Let's see, can I do that? I'm trying the new YouTube live streaming setup, and it's a little bit awkward. It doesn't seem like you can kind of get all ready and then hit go. All right, I want a Tristar tester. So what I'm going to do for you guys that can see my thumbnail that says Tristar giveaway, I'm going to try something new. What happens if I say, hey, let's do a giveaway, where I don't really know how to do a giveaway on YouTube, but let's give it a try. I had to go open this one up because I don't know where Christy put Tristar test. This is version 3 that just came out, super fast compared to our earlier versions. And we really like it, as usual. So I opened this one up to do this stream because I thought I got to get a Tristar tester. I'm going to give this one away. We're going to hang out and see if this video can get 10,000 views. A lot of our videos do, but some of them don't. So we'll see. Kind of like and share on this video to get 10,000 views. Once that happens, then I am going to pick a random number, and I'm going to scroll down and count down that many comments. And whoever comments at whatever the random giveaway number is, then I'm going to contact you via your YouTube, your username, whatever that is, which I'm pretty sure will work. You know, if you have a better idea how our giveaway is done, then let me know. But that's what I think will work. All right, so Tristar chip lives right here, and we're gonna just kind of, you know, pick him right up. He's very forgiving chip. Now we can kind of bend up that. In fact, I think I will show that. If you're experienced, you can sort of snake that chip out from under that little piece of the bracket. But if you're a beginner and you're just learning to do microsoldering for your first couple 6S Tristar jobs, then you want to do this. So pay attention here. We're going to try and bend up this little lip. And we're going to try to do it in a way that doesn't damage anything else. So we just want to bend it up a little bit. Like that. And then we can kind of just bend it out of the way. That gives us a little bit better clearance. And then we'll just push that right back down. Apple certified repair equals new phone sales. Yes, exactly. In fact, I started doing a video one time that a lot of times when I try to do edited videos, I just start them. I start them a lot. Got a lot of half-started, unedited, recorded, mostly videos on here that don't ever actually turn into real videos. One of them I called up Best Buy, and I just was looking to see what would be. I don't think this ever became a video. I was just looking to see what does it take to become the guy that's Apple certified over there. And it was all sales. Report to the sales team. You know, it was ridiculous. All right, here we go. We're going to take this off. All right, let's see. I like turtles. Fantastic, Kai Velaz. All right, Apple employees. So sad what Apple is doing to people and their data. Yeah, I think that I totally get some of what they're coming from. You know, I get it. You know, I turned down a lot of repairs. You know, just earlier today, somebody sent me a video. Jess, I wanted you to watch this video about some HP desktop because I think mine has the same problem. You know, and it's just like, that's outside what I want to, what I feel like doing today. You know, no thanks. I just don't want to repair that. And I hope that you find somebody that does, or you figure out how to do it yourself. So I can't make Apple want to repair stuff. There's nothing wrong with them not wanting to repair stuff. But it doesn't mean that it's not readily available. And what's really galling is when it has been in existence for well over a year, maybe even 2 years, I don't know, about a year. I think we started selling these, you know, it was a year this fall. So it's been like, you know, almost 18 months that this little tool has been around and everybody loves it. There's no excuse to just say, yeah, well, we're not doing that. Because then you're just wasting people's time. Then you're making it look like something that is straightforward can't be done at all just because you choose not to do it. All right, so we're going to add a little flux and just kind of mow down these pads right here. All right. Let me win the tester, says MP Repairs. Well, when this turns into a video, come back and make a comment. Make a comment on the video. And if it gets 10,000 views, so, share it around a little bit. Take it, send it to all of your Apple Genius friends, all of your folks that work at Best Buy. And it's very funny that every now and then I will get I'll get a email or some contact from somebody that works for Apple. And some of them, people are people. People are good-hearted people. People don't like being bound by ridiculous controlling policies all the time. So I've had an email that was like, hey, is there anything for, such and such problem that we can do in store? For this, yeah, you can secretly, quietly, in your pocket, under the little white table, in the fold of your, behind your little badge or something, pull out a Tristar tester and just plug it in. If you get a fail, then say, look, you need to find somebody that can replace Tristar. If you don't get a fail, then fine. Then just say, yeah, well, it's not this easy thing. I don't know what it is. We can't help you. Would you like to see a new phone? But maybe somebody else can help you. I don't know. It's just outside of our model. Nothing wrong with that. Alrighty. Let's see. Using my Tristar tester right now to diagnose an iPad Mini 2. Yeah, Tristar tester has really kind of shines on the minis. Now with the later model phones, I got to mow down one of these pads. It seems like the charging chip itself, the Tigris or Tigris equivalent, tends to be more problematic than Tristar itself. But this is a fantastic tool for these phones that people still really like and really want to fix. The 6S is a great phone. There's not a ton of things that go wrong with it, unlike some other phones I know. Oh man, trying to get used to having to wear readers is very challenging. All right, let's check. Is this the Tristar chip that I just dropped onto my bench? Let's see. Man, that's really going to be challenging. How am I going to get used to that stuff? Oh, this is like an older 610A3 chip. I haven't, that makes me kind of wonder, where'd this strip come from? Usually we use the 610A3B, which is, as it says on iPadRehab.com, the everyday Tristar IC, the one that you almost always need. I think that's what the description is. This one is a version that is for this phone, actually. But I'm kind of curious where that came from, because I haven't seen one of these for a while. Must be a strip that I found cleaning out my desk for the holidays. We'll see. All right, we're going to just get this guy on there. There you go, little buddy. Welcome home. Nice. All right. And now we'll see if that makes any difference. How much is a Tristar tester? A Tristar tester is $145. $145, and that price is set by its designer. What I will say is that having been to the maker space, this is a pretty straightforward and fantastic project for a high school robotics team, a college, design project. There are so many fantastic little tools like this that you can make. This queries a chip in a really straightforward way. I mean, this is a great invention, and he's charging $145 for this tool, which is a really nice project. I think it's definitely worth $145 because of its established utility and how easy it is and how great it is. Think about the second shop in this scenario while we let this cool down. Guy goes to Best Buy. Best Buy says, I can't put your battery in. Can't put your battery in now because my system is a dead phone. Grr. Guy's like all set to be in love with your store. He comes to you. You don't have a Tristar tester, and you haven't been to microsoldering school, which you should remedy because, hey, we have filled our January course and we've almost filled our February course. So there's only 2 slots left as of yesterday. So if you were holding out, kind of hoping for a Christmas present or looking to use those sort of end of year tax savings, now it's January, you want to get one of those 2 spots left in February, because if you can't come in February, then you got to wait again. So that's kind of FYI. So second shop then, they didn't have a Tristar tester. If they did, they could have just plugged it in right at the front counter and been like, fail. And then they could have said, so we'll send it out to our microsolderer and pick it up in a couple of days. Or they could have said, hey, wait here, take it in the back, we'll do this repair. Any of those. And they would have been so golden with that guy and everybody that he knows. But they just for lack of this one tool. Right, I'm going to kind of bend this down a little bit. And now it's time to test. So we're going to just flatten our little elephant ear piece. Because I don't want it to like press into the flex. I might want it to be a little bit more flat, but we're trying to get an answer here. All right, let's go to the hand cam and see. Let's see what happens. Now I can see. I'm going to have to go back to my ridiculous glasses. All right, most who own an iPhone are aware that Apple doesn't do data recovery. This really isn't data recovery. This is here for charging solution. So he did mention that he cared about it because of data, but he has had this working. It's just been irritating for him because he has to leave it on a charger all the time. So this one I don't think it's not here on a data recovery quote. So we'll see. All right, let's see what happens. All right, test logic board, we are waiting. Yes, master, we will certainly do that. Have you replaced the 10R Tristar? No, because in the 10R, Tristar, in my experience, doesn't go bad as much as the Tigris equivalent Yangtze, which is a real pain in the ass, which I think is just the way that it's going to be for things like 10S, 10S Max. So I have had to do that repair relatively recently, actually. In fact, we're going to be listing the Yangtze, is that even how you say it, chip on the website. All right, so I've got this marginally back together, maybe. All right, now let's see. Now, Tristar tester may still pick up a fail. And if it does, then I would question the dock. So one thing that I've learned fairly recently, let's make sure that you can see that, is that sometimes, when you think about this original insult, so our exclamation point is gone, so that's a relief. Let's go ahead and hit quick test. And the original insult can sometimes maybe heat up or damage or cross wires in the dock itself, because I noticed this. This was something that I learned from listening to, this is taking a while. It's probably going to fail. This is something that I learned from actually going to the hearing in Boston, where one of the guys that's a repair guy is saying when somebody comes in with the same history as Ryan, that he always says it's going to be the charge port. It's going to be the charge port. All right, so this says warning, and then it says fail. Now let's see why. When it says warning and fail, it's going to say, look at that. It says everything is fine except for one line. So the Tristar chip that we took off that had all of those bad fails is now gone. But there's one line that it's saying, I'm not sure. And so in the report then, it says ambiguous test results. So ambiguous test results means that when Tristar itself fails, it usually gets punched in the face and many, many, many lines fail. However, every now and then it may fail so that only one line is actually bad. Or it may be that the tester can't really hear from the chip on that one line. It's kind of hard of hearing on that line. That could be because the dock itself is no longer crystal clear on its transmission on that one line. So it's either that, and that's why the device will tell you, why don't you try it with a known good dock? Let's see if we can pick up that message again. Ambiguous data kind of depends. Since we just placed that Tristar, it could be that it's kind of not making good contact on one of the pads, which is totally possible since we're doing this on a live stream. See how it's taking a long time? It's querying that one. It's not getting what it expects. And then let's watch for that message where it's going to say ambiguous results. Let's see. All right. I know there's an electronic flea market at the Monroe County Fairgrounds. There is. What a dead, fairly recent iPhone goes for. See? Warning. And then it says under that warning, does it click back to it in version 3? Yeah, I don't think it clicks back to it. The warning message says you should try it with a known good dock. So that is an option. But first, I think what I'm going to do is just rule out that, that this chip placement didn't quite go perfectly. So I'm going to just change it. I'm going to swap that Tristar for another one because I think that's easier than locating a good dock to rule out that dock. So let's do that kind of on hyper speed. So I'm going to focus on that. Let's get back under here. Let's see. Did anyone from Apple contact me to get a deal on their Tristar tester? I really hope so. I really hope so. All right, so we're going to bend this again. And let's just grab this off. It has been really nice to be away for holiday week. And today, back to the grindstone. So let's swap this out. All right. And this time I'm going to swap it for, I'm a little bit not sure why these chips, yeah, these are 1610A3. These are not the typical chips. I'm sure that they're fine, but I'm a little bit like, where did they come from? Because they're not the ones that I normally use. I think I might go grab a strip of the ones that I normally use from the back. That should be fine. All right, I'm going to grab a fresh strip of Tristars just to roll that out, and then we'll see if it's the dock. Okay, let's see. Laws. All right, let's check on these ones, and we can see. Jessa, if you turn on the Tristar tester while pressing the right button, you can test the dock too. Well, but it really can't test the dock, so I don't like that. It can only ask one question. Is there an open line between the outside of the device and Tristar? It can't test the dock. It can't tell you the dock is good. It can just pick up and open, that's it. So if it can be misleading, if it suggests, it implies, because it says dock test, it can't test the dock. It can just tell you if there's an open. But if the lines are bridged, it will have no idea. All right, so that's one of my criticisms in the design of this sucker is that we have to be really careful with what Tristar tester can actually tell us and what requires good old-fashioned troubleshooting. So sometimes it kind of it tries to be too helpful when it says things like dock fail or dock okay. It can't really tell you that. It can just say dock is not open to Tristar. Whoa. All right, so now here's the chip that is the typical one, the 610A3B. So this is the one that we sell. So I just grabbed one from a fresh strip. All right, so let's get this sucker on there. That's why I like you guys kind of being designers. Like if you think about like how would you tell that the dock is okay? Like how would you operate kind of as a designer? You know, is there any way for it to actually say this dock is good? It would have to like what would that test look like for you? Let's think about that. All right, let's see. They said it was the motherboard that needed replacing. I knew it was just a faulty battery, and they said it was a 260-pound repair. After replacing the battery in the store with your own battery? Wait, you replaced this? You replaced an iPhone battery in the store, like in front of them? That would be pretty cool. I would like to do something like that. How could I set up some streams where we just kind of hang outside the Apple store, because there is one nearby, and then just kind of, you know, fix some stuff. That would be really funny. Probably also highly frowned upon by the mall people. All right. Now, let's see what happens. This time I'm not going to lose my strip, and I'm going to put it right where it belongs, right here. Holy smokes, I caught a live stream. Hi, Dexter! Oh my god, I've been waiting for you to catch a live stream for like so long. And you finally did. All right, install a Tristar tester into Trash 80. I need a Tristar tester because my iPhone 7 mysteriously died. If you are a DIY person, you probably don't need a Tristar tester. But if you need to go to your local store and say, hey, do you guys have a Tristar tester? And if they don't, they need to get one. Store.iPadRehab.com. Every shop should absolutely have. It's one of the essential tools nowadays. All right. I usually just take it out without moving that thing, but we'll see. All right. If I was smart, I would just grab a known good dock rather than putting it back in here. But that is not happening. Okay, so let's give it another test now. All right, let's see. You look great today. Thanks, bro. Because I feel pretty blind. So for New Year's, we joined the Y, and my Y has this really... I love how the Y is one of the places where I love technology. You know, so many other times, you know, technology in your phones, what is that going to do for you? Make you stare at your phone and ignore people around you and sit down when you should be walking around. But at the Y, technology is awesome. They have so many great marriages of technology and fitness. So they have this thing called the eGym, where it's absolutely hilarious. I think I'll talk about it on some other stream because it would take too long to explain right now. But man, that's so funny. It's like robots are exercising the humans. Okay, so let's stick this screen on here and see now that we have swapped that Tristar out again. Just to rule that out, if it comes up the same, then we'll be suspicious of the dock. So let's test. Everyone ready? Here we go, Tristar tester. You're getting a workout today. Let's click it on. Wake it up. Does anybody know how to make it so that you don't see the scanning on TV? Oh, I don't know. It kind of paused there, but then it moved on. Sometimes you can guess whether or not it's going to fail because it takes a long time. Like right now. Pass! Ha-ha! And then sometimes you can guess and be wrong. So there we go. Pass, 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 pass. Hooray! All right, so next test, let's see if this can actually charge up a battery or not. So it would be nice if I had a stone dead battery that I could try. All right, so let's see. So now I'm just going to prompt it to boot. And you see it turning on, and charging current is normal. I don't think I can pull this over there, though. This is too far from the camera. That's too far from the camera for today. All right, and there we go. It has booted up. And let's see if we can... Uh-oh. They don't know their passcode. Either that or I put it in wrong. Nope, they don't know it. All right, so that's as far as we can get on that one. It's wrong passcode provided. All right, let's see. I want to try to pull this over here so you guys can see that it has the... It says that it's charging, and this battery in here now is at 59%. And it is consuming regular 1 amp of charging current, which is perfectly normal. There they are, the happy couple, Ryan and his beautiful wife. And they are going to be able to use this iPhone. Now, what do we know for sure? We know for sure that this phone had a bad Tristar because it failed on the Tristar tester, and it was crystal clear. And we know that that was an easy 5-second diagnosis, no 2-hour wait required, none of that. And it's a really it's a straightforward repair. Even though we had to do it twice, it's still a pretty straightforward repair. You know, so it's you get a Tristar tester, Apple Store, what the heck? Stop wasting people's time. Nobody got time for that. All right, dodgy batch of Tristar chips was the problem. You know, I'm really, part of me is wondering, like, I have not seen this 1610A3 because we use the 610A3B always. So I really wonder where these came from. I kind of think that I'm going to blame Christy because she never throws anything away. So Christy she'll write on things probably garbage. Just throw it away, you know. So I bet she found these like on the floor, or who knows, they were from some old experiment, and then she just stuck them up here for me to use. I have no idea. Maybe that's falsely accusing Christy. I have no idea. But there you go. Get a Tristar tester, and come on out to learn how to microsolder so that you can not waste time for poor guys like Ryan that's got a bunch of kids and a pregnant wife, and it's the holidays. And he doesn't have time to chase down a simple repair like this. Heavens. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to comment below, and if this video gets 10,000 views, not 10,000 likes or anything crazy, just 10,000 views, which is a pretty standard number, 10,000 views, then I will pick a random number from the comments below this video, and we will give away this exact Tristar tester that I had to open up and use. I'll put it back in the box and mail it to you. So thanks for watching, everybody. And now I'm going to try to figure out how to turn this live stream off because I don't know how to do that anymore. How about end stream?